Why MKBHDS's audience turned on him? No, okay. I know that who is this, by the way. Marques Brown. Okay, well maybe I don't know who this is. Whatever. Um. Okay, I hate being this guy. I don't really like reacting to downfall videos because, well, the reality is first off, I don't really like them because a lot of times it just feels very petty and it makes me like say the same thing, which is, oh, these online users find the stupidest things to find people like at fault for, basically Twitter users, Redditors. So to me, this video is gonna be kind of like, ugh. But at the same time, I know this guy's actually done some bad stuff. Like, apparently he's a really, really bad person. I don't know who, I know I've seen him around and he's a tech creator, but that's all I know. So, and you know, it's like when it's again, when it's a creator you actually know, it's like watching this is like, oh, that's cool. And plus I actually want to know like what did he do? All I know is he was caught speeding multiple times, which I don't remember the speed. I think it was pretty high, but to me it's like unless you're going double the speed limit, like speeding, it's not a big deal. I don't think you should ruin your career over speeding. But then again, it depends where you do it too. If you do it in the suburbs, like in the actual like just where houses are, and you're kind of crazy for that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Critic becomes the one being criticized. How would it affect their public perception? And more importantly, how do they handle the inevitable backlash? Creators like Marques Brownlee, aka MKBHD, have been asking these same questions, as a series of unfortunate decisions have eroded his reputation to the point that his fans label him as just another out-of-touch
Alright, so
influence.
poster of himself driving almost 3 times the legal speed limit. Okay. Yeah. Again, do I think that deserves you to lose your career? No, I know for a fact that's not the only reason. There's no way. There's no way that his career's over that because, yes, is that awful? Yes, there's never really a case, even on a highway, where you should be going 3 times over the speed limit because at that point you're being ridiculously, like, reckless because most people drive the speed limit around there, so, like, going 3 times is automatically, like, you're just putting everyone else's life at risk. I don't care if you're a great driver. It's just like, yeah, that's bad. That's not good. But then again, bro, like, I don't know. It's like, dude, you could fix himself. And obviously, if he didn't crash or anything, it's not the end of the world. In my opinion, it shouldn't be like a career ending. But it's the problem is I'm speaking on this without having any other knowledge what happened.
And ruthlessly mock him in the comments. Got here faster than Marques driving. 2024 really picked up speed towards the end, huh? Props to Marques for not pulling a Mr. Beast and deleting all the comments making fun of him. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll explore the recent controversies driving a wedge between YouTube legend MKBHD and his once
Wait.
controversies driving a
No,
wedge
no, stop. Pause when I want
YouTube
to pause.
documentaries, and today we'll
Mr. Beast versus coffee situation still gets worse? Wow, I didn't even think about that. Wait, this guy had a downfall? Wait, what? Wow. Satisfying? See, I hate when the word is satisfying downfall, dude. Like, these people, well, not everyone, but some of these people don't deserve the downfalls or are actual humans. Like, imagine like being like someone like this guy. I don't know what he did wrong, but like going on the internet and just seeing a video like this that has 5 million views almost, talking about the satisfying downfall, like that would make me feel like absolute feces and to lose all motivation to do anything online. And if that's my job, it's like, dude, because now you're like, oh, now everyone's gonna hate me, bro. I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like that these types of channels, while they're sometimes entertaining or interesting, it does feel like it promotes like hating people more because like I guarantee a lot of the people watch these don't know every single, you know, person that's being talked about, and now they're like there's more people being added on to the hate pool that don't need to be there, that don't know anything else about it except for like one video, which is a guy talking and giving his perspective on things. Whatever. The point is, it's like I feel like sometimes it's just like the hate train is kind of unnecessary. It's just like sometimes it's adding more to the train, and then the train goes crazy. That's a horrible analogy. Whatever.
Explore the recent controversies driving a wedge between YouTube legend MKBHD and his once loyal fanbase. To understand why Marques's relationship with his audience deteriorated so much, you first have to understand what their connection was built on in the first place. During his early days on YouTube, Marques's content was defined by 3 key ideals: quality, consistency, and transparency.
By the
In
way,
terms of
I know he's a
quality,
tech YouTuber. I want to say this. I think if you're going to be a YouTuber, the worst thing you pick is tech. I don't get how these tech YouTubers start out. I don't get it. I don't understand. How do you start as a tech YouTuber? You have to have a lot of money. That's the problem. Like, if you want to cover any piece of technology that's anywhere near your current day, you're going to need a sizable amount of cash, or you're going to have, like, monthly payments, which obviously is stupid. Frankly, by the way, I would not recommend buying a phone in monthly payments. That's ridiculous. If you have to finance an iPhone or an Android phone, you probably should find a cheaper option and just buy it. Because, like, dude, the thing is, you don't want to. Alright, I shouldn't talk finance. The point is like, dude, being a tech creator it ought to be hard to start out because you're making no money and you have to rely on an outside job, and then all you're doing is reviewing products, but you have to make it interesting because there's so many people who review products. So you have to have like great editing and stuff, which requires more money. So how do you start out as a tech creator? You can't. It's like impossible. Unless you have like a very funny personality or something.
Marques always strived to improve the watchability and clarity of his content, from gradually upgrading the visual and audio of his video to giving increasingly in-depth analysis of the products he was reviewing. Marques wanted to make each video better than the last.
We'll get to those in a second, but initially picking up this phone and holding it is a pretty nice experience, which is pretty obvious. It's an all-metal unibody aluminum back design, which kind of wraps around
I'm not gonna lie, that phone looks super ugly. I would never get it.
It's definitely not the thinnest phone in the world.
Why?
It's also
Is it
definitely
built like
not
that?
the lightest phone in the world either, but it feels rather sturdily built, and that's always a good thing.
Pair this with a
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, what is that? That's a weird review. Like, if I'm looking at, I guess if I was like really interested in buying the product, it'd be like, oh wow, I want to hear how it feels in my hand. But like, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like, it feels sturdily built. What is, huh? I guess I'm being a hater. I should probably just stop. I should stop.
The fact that Marques maintained an extremely consistent upload schedule for over a decade, and it becomes very obvious why he's grown to almost 20 million subscribers.
Damn.
This pattern of consistency.
You know what's sad? Bro, you know what's sad? I'm at 1,100 videos. I'm catching up to this guy in videos, and I've been on YouTube less than him, and I have way less subscribers. I'm not guilt tripping or anything. I don't like that's just, it's like, you know, some people are luckier than others.
Was present from the start of Marques's career, as he uploaded over 200 videos
Bro's
in
getting
his first
millions
year
of
on
views per
YouTube.
thing.
However, what truly puts
crazy.
Marques at the top of consumer
Wait.
tech
Let me see how long ago this is. So 6 days, 1 month. He's still getting a lot of views. So if his career is like, if his audience turned on him, bro, like he's still getting a lot of views. So I don't think that's really a thing. Like, dude, you can't argue that like, oh, his audience turned on him if he's getting like 3 million views in 6 days, bro. And it's recent too. It's a recent video, so like I don't know.
His first year on YouTube.
This title's
However,
misleading.
what truly puts Marques at the top of consumer tech reviews is his unusual levels of transparency when covering products or handling sponsorships. When it comes to consumer tech reviews on YouTube, viewers typically gravitate towards creators who are completely honest about a product's quality and functionality. In Marques's case, he'd built such a strong reputation for unbiased coverage that fans naturally regarded his opinion very highly. A good example of this was with the infamous Escobar Fold phone, whose negative qualities were glossed over by other tech reviewers, but faced a more critical perspective from MKBHD.
I'm a tech reviewer, so I'm typically just
It's a crazy
focusing
shirt,
on...
I'm not gonna lie. What would you do if you saw a man, like you're just walking in, like, I don't know, you go to McDonald's, you look at a guy and he's wearing a keyboard on a shirt. What would you think? Like, dude, that's weird. I don't know. It's just a crazy shirt, dude. To be fair, I also wear crazy shirts, so I can't really complain too much because, frankly, I'm weird. I have a Diddy shirt, bro. Like, dude, I'm cooked too, so I fall in the same category. Oh shoot, I forgot what else I was gonna say. Oh, I feel like a lot of the big problem with tech creators as well is once you get to a big audience, is like all these companies will give you products or give you like things for free, and they kind of guilt trip you into reviewing the products in a good light because, well, they gave you stuff for free, or they paid you to review your thing. And if you just said, oh, like imagine like the new iPhone comes out and you got paid like $1,000 to or a couple $1,000s to review it, plus you got a free iPhone. You wouldn't want to review it horribly. Like most poor people would be like, oh, I can't really say like it's trash or tell the truth because otherwise they wasted all this money on me, right? So I think that's the problem with tech creators is a lot of them are getting paid behind the scenes to basically say good things. Or they're getting bribed, I should say. Not directly necessarily, but in a way, yes.
The final product, the finished thing, should you buy it or not? But this piece of tech we've reviewed already. It's the Galaxy Fold. I've talked about it. It just has gold tinfoil on the back. So the interesting part now becomes the behind the scenes part, which is the company that's trying to maybe sell some of them and also not ship most of them. They're trying to scam you. It's one of those situations where you know you have to take any preferential treatment you might get with a gigantic grain of salt. So I guess the lesson we've learned is there are way, way, way too many cases of people not getting their Escobar Fold for me to ever recommend you ever buy anything from this company. So,
unfortunately, Marques's critical stance and the impact that comes with it aren't always popular with viewers. In early 2024, Marques's extremely negative coverage of the Fisker Ocean and Humane AI pin landed him in hot water with fans because both companies suffered significant financial losses following his videos. With
oh yeah, you're right, because if someone's that big where you have 20 million subscribers almost, and you're talking to your audience like they're telling the truth, you have an impression, you leave an impression on so many people that they can actually impact the sales of, you know, actual products, like, significantly. I never even thought of that. Damn, it's crazy. This is, well, I was gonna say something stupid. Well, it's proof you shouldn't just follow people blindly, bro. You shouldn't just, like, look at what people say on the internet and believe it, but at the same time, he's a tech reviewer, bro. Like, this is what he does. He knows his stuff. Well, I'm assuming he does, so I guess people go there because they want to know the truth.
Now, Marques labeled it as the worst car he had ever tested and focused his review on the vehicle's incomplete state at the time, rather than the manufacturer's promises of future updates.
I think it's just the...
Alright, dude, I heard future updates, I'm instantly mad. Alright, dude, I am so sick of just the modern day style of just how they sell things. Like the iPhone, video games. Are two big examples. We're gonna release the somewhat finished product, and then we'll add features on top of that. But you're buying a product that has promised features. Why am I paying premium price for something that's not complete and will be finished in the future? Especially with the video games. Oh my god, it pisses me off. And with the iPhone 16. Like, why would you buy the iPhone? I don't know if it has just AI features yet, but when it first released, bro, you were paying for basically one new little button. And that was it, and a bunch of promised features, which, yeah, I know they're going to come out, but bro, why pay premium price for that? This is a scam. And this guy is getting hate for that? For exposing this?
Worst car I've ever tested, but probably not in the ways you're expecting. So this car behind me here, this is the Fisker Ocean. You might not have heard of it. Pretty new car, pretty new company, new name anyway. And there were a lot of red flags actually going into this, just the couple of days I'm spending with it. Didn't want us to review this one because there's a really big software update, a big 2.0 update coming to this car. And I believe you, Fisker, but that's the thing is it's not really in my...
Okay, there we go. There we go. I actually respect this guy so much more. I respect him. I don't know what I want to know what he did wrong, though. People hating on him are ridiculous. This is the problem. Those people are the problem with, you know, modern-day companies. They can get away with selling half-complete products and promising features. Thinking about video games makes me so angry because it's so prevalent in video games. It just pisses me off. These types of consumers. Consumers need to think. They don't.
Policy to wait on promised future software updates. I'm gonna review the car that's out now
that real buyers are actually living with.
While Marques appreciated the car's design philosophy, he highlighted obvious bugs in its software, infotainment features, and build quality. Ultimately, he concluded that the car needs much more improvement before being considered as a finished product.
That's the thing about these electric cars is they're connected to the internet, they're computers on wheels, they can improve over time. I feel like it's gonna take a long time for this car to be acceptably usable given how many issues I've had with it. But I'm rooting for it only because competition is good and the fundamentals are solid.
Even though Marques wasn't the only one to review the Fisker Ocean negatively, fans of the startup considered his take too negative and blamed him for the company's stock price going down. Some vehicle owners even made whole videos discussing Marques's coverage and their own hands-on experience with the vehicle.
First offering, right? There are market pressures to get the vehicles out, and this vehicle was delivered with an incomplete software stack.
This makes me so mad. Why are you defending this product? You just... Oh my god. No. No. This guy cannot be real. He's so stupid. He just didn't... It was, oh, because of the market, bro, it had to be released incomplete. Why are you selling the product?
That we see improving here over time. The last 3 months as an owner, I can attest to seeing
Why is the audio not linked up? What
the last 3 months as an owner,
whatever.
I can attest to seeing improvement not just in the software, but also in terms of delivery, as well as service and support, as I just shared a little bit about my own experience.
In the comments section, Marques left a brief statement on his thoughts about the EV and its potential for improvements, reading, "Thank you for this owner's perspective. I'm hoping you're right about the continued rate of improvement, because I think it certainly needs it. I do still honestly find it borderline irresponsible to release a vehicle so incomplete that it feels like owners are beta testing, but that's just my own..."
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna get mad. This is why I hate watching these videos and reacting to them. I get mad. Why are people hating on him for this? Oh my... Oh my god. It's pissed me off. I need to just move on from this.
Opinion. As for the human AI pin, Marques called the wearable AI assistant the worst product he'd reviewed,
let's hear
since
about
all
this.
its features could be done quicker, easier, and more efficiently on a smartphone.
I've said like a bunch of the downsides and the problems this device has, but I really genuinely think the biggest problem this pin is going to have is that smartphones are kind of OP. Like, that's the number one thing I've reminded myself.
I don't know what this product
using
is.
This pin, trying to get it to do stuff, is that smartphones are not going anywhere. Everything that this pin does, a modern smartphone does better and faster and easier and in higher quality and just better in every way.
While the video was well received by his fans on YouTube, multiple users on Twitter began criticizing Marques for...
Oh my god, I'm gonna get mad again. It's always Twitter users. It's always Twitter users. What did I say when I started this video, bro? Well, I said, oh, I guarantee I'm gonna get mad because Twitter users are trying to say something that's stupidly irrelevant, trying to bring down someone over some stupid. I guarantee what's about to be played on my screen from a Twitter user is gonna be a no-lifer who has no clue what he's talking about. Is just trying to find something to be mad about. Oh my god. This is so stupid.
Potentially harming the startup's potential with his harsh coverage, reading, "I find it distasteful, almost unethical, to say this when you have 18 million subscribers. Hard to explain why, but with great reach comes great responsibility."
Hard to explain why. Great reach comes great
Potentially
responsibility. Bro, he's just giving his opinion. I hate to be that guy. I get that, like, giving your opinion when you have so many subscribers is bad, but when you're telling what you truly think, and that's what people are there for, it's honestly better to be a man who actually tells what he truly thinks than being a fake guy who just says what everyone else says or sticks to what they're told to say in a script. That's way better. So honestly, this guy is just being stupid because I guarantee he probably doesn't realize that half the videos he watches are all scripted or they're fake. Like, oh my god.
Killing someone else's nascent project reeks of carelessness. First, do no harm. To which Marques would respond with, "We disagree on what my job is." Despite all of this, management at Humane AI saw Marques's critical take as a learning experience. By the 17th of April,
Bro, the leader of the company found it as a learning experience, bro? Why? Why are you... Oh my god. So this Twitter user, bro, is literally just fighting over nothing. If the company's fine with it, why are you fighting? Why? Whatever, it doesn't matter. So far, like usual, this guy doesn't seem bad. Like 90% of the times I watch these videos of the downfall, bro, it's like completely overreactions and dumb stuff that are just not relevant, or I don't think are even good enough to end a career. I don't know. Do bad reviews kill companies?
2024, Marques would upload a video responding to both situations and present the viewers with the question of whether or not bad reviews kill companies.
Discourse lately on this topic, there will be, some negative reviews, and then a company will eventually go out of business, and then the internet poses the question, do bad reviews kill companies? Do bad reviews kill companies?
I think yes and no. I think yes and no. I think yes, they can, but I also think that a somewhat large population of the people who own the product also have to hate it too. It's not like one review comes out or a bunch of reviews come out and they're all negative that it means that like, oh, the company's over. No, because if all the other consumers, don't think that and they still like the product, then it doesn't matter. It's when there's bad reviews and people who actually own the product who don't review, who also dislike it, that's when you have a problem.
Or do bad products kill companies?
Well, yeah, that's true too.
I do have a lot of thoughts.
Marques would make the argument that the validity of a review solely depends on how honest the reviewer is when conveying their experience with the product, regardless of whether it's good or bad.
Well, I think the thing about a review also is it has to be from someone with experience, who knows what they're talking about, who knows what they're looking for, right? If a guy is reviewing a car for the first time and he just turned 16 so he can legally drive, and he only knows some stuff about cars, why would you trust him in a review, right? It doesn't matter if he's being honest. Like, what? The whole honest thing, yeah, it's a good policy, but you also have to look at it from experience as well.
For a second, what is a review? A little pet peeve of mine is I think people misuse or overuse that word a lot, but a review is just somebody uses a product and then just delivers their impressions on whether they think it's any good or not, how well it actually worked, and if their honest opinion is if it's good, then that's the review. If it's bad, that's the review. That's basically it. But the thing about reviews is if they're not honest, then they're basically useless.
To illustrate his point, Marques would share an example of when his harsh but honest feedback on a Razer gaming phone positively impacted the company's future releases.
And I remember the vibration motor was horrible, and I remember calling it out. I remember saying this.
Also, the vibration motor in this phone, trash. Straight trash. I'm gonna call myself so you can hear this.
Dude, oh my god. That's obnoxious.
Just one of the worst.
I'm not gonna lie, I think vibrations are annoying. I don't know why anyone would ever put their phone in vibration mode. Like, it's like, yeah, if someone's calling you, it's good to know, but at the same time, like, dude, vibrations is literally worse, in my opinion, than having a ringtone on. In most settings, like, that a ringtone's bad, vibrations is probably equally worse because it's so obnoxious in most phones, in my opinion. Like, seriously, vibrations, like, you could feel the shaking sometimes from across like a small room. You could feel that. It might sound ridiculous, but I swear that's true. I swear.
Vibration motors I've ever experienced in a new phone. Fast forward a year, right? I'm at a briefing. It's in New York City. It's for the Razer Phone 2. The guy turns to me and he says, "And Marques, you gotta try the new vibration motor in this phone." And it's such a niche thing, but sure enough, I try it. And it's way better.
In addition to this, Marques would point out how both Humane and Fisker were already being poorly reviewed by other tech channels long before his coverage. He even stated that if everyone was honestly reviewing the same product, then everyone's experiences should be similar.
I was not the only one to review the car, not even close. And so yes, the stock price did drop after my video,
What was that? Oh my god. Wow. That is horrible, bro. It's not even, it's literally like, what is that? It's 8 cents and an eighth of a cent. So it's 8 and 8 tenths. Well, okay. 8 tenths. Well, yeah, that works, I think. Basically, it's 8 cents and a fraction. So basically 8 cents. Well, we can round up to 9. 9 cents is your stock worth? That's horrible. That is horrendous. Look at this graph. All the way up there, bro. It was all the way at 6. Oh my god. Now it's at what? Is that 2 cents? Oh my god. It's horrible.
But the stock was in free fall for many, many months before my video too.
100%.
And if you zoom out on YouTube or in the car review space in general, I was far from the only person saying these things about the car for all of these months. Many other reviewers had been having a plethora of issues, even stuff that I didn't have with this thing. I feel like that might be the easiest way to tell if a review is honest or not. Like, we're all reviewing the same product, basically. If we all have the same thing, so we're all going to find a lot of the same things. We're all eventually going to have a lot of the same upsides, downsides. If there are issues, they may eventually surface. So yeah,
The current state of both startups not only shows the impact of unbiased criticism when looking at a product, but also its necessity. YouTube reviewers are sometimes the first place potential customers learn about a product and decide whether to spend their hard-earned money on it. While creators like Marques seemed comfortable dishing out harsh reviews, he was about to get a taste of what it's like to be on the receiving end of a bad
what did he
product
do?
launch.
What did he
By the
do?
24th of September 2024, Marques published a tweet announcing the release of his new wallpaper.
Oh, I remember hearing
panels.
about this. I remember hearing something about the wallpapers were bad or something.
I'm so pumped to be launching this app. People have asked where I get wallpapers forever, so this is the answer. Now and forever, panels. At first, fans were very optimistic about the application, since Marques claimed it would feature handpicked art from other online creators. However, when digital art is involved, there's always the possibility of it being AI generated, and users
100%.
weren't shy about expressing their concerns. Reading, "It feels a little late now, doesn't it? What's stopping me from asking AI to create a unique, high-quality wallpaper that no one else will have? I'm leaving the door open for you to prove me wrong. I hope to see a YouTube video showcasing your app, proving me, the skeptic, wrong." In response, Marques would write, "These are all made by artists who can choose to involve AI or not in
Oh, I remember this now. This is where, yeah, the artists were... Wait, no, I don't. I just remember something about artists didn't actually
the
make
creation
this.
process. It'll be up to you how much you value the human touch." Over on YouTube, Marques shared a few extra details about panels that would hopefully paint a clearer picture of what the application does, how much it costs, and how it will be improved in future updates.
You guys have always been asking me where I get my wallpapers. Like, it's frequently the #1 suggested search result under my name, has been for years, so now we've
That's
put them
crazy.
all in one place. It's called Panels, and it's finally live in the App Store, both on iOS and on Android. Feels really good to be able to say that. So if you're wondering where the wallpaper on these phones in the review came from,
I'm not gonna lie, those wallpapers are not it. But that's just that's the thing. Wallpapers are a preference, so that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm a weird person when it comes to wallpapers. I don't usually have any good ones.
Panels. If you're wondering where the wallpaper in the last video came from, Panels. Matter of fact, almost all of the wallpapers on the devices and in backgrounds you've seen in my videos for the past year have all come from Panels, which is pretty sick. And we have some pretty big plans for this thing. So it's starting off as a wallpaper app now.
Do people actually, like, is it weird to have a picture of, like, someone you know or yourself as your phone background? Because I feel like most people find that weird. I've read that at least on the internet, like, oh, if you have a picture of yourself in your background on your phone, you're weird. Okay, well, I guess I'm weird. Should I show my phone background? Oh, whatever. I mean, let me clear my notifications. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think that's that weird to have that as my background. Oh, it wasn't showing right. Hold on, let me get like this. Let me see if it's showing. It's a weird photo. It's like I feel like people will be like, "Oh, you're like what's the word? Narcissistic, narcissistic. Like, oh, you only care about yourself, bro." It's like, bro, it's a cool photo. I don't know. I just find I've always seen these videos like people judging other people's wallpapers. I don't get it. Like, dude, let people have their own preference.
Now, I don't want to overpromise too much, but it's going to be pretty consistently improving over time, which is part of the reason why we're offering a subscription to support it. So go pick it up.
Panels is free. Panels plus $50 a year. $50 a year is not. It's kind of offensive for a wallpaper app. I'm not gonna lie. But it's also like $50 a year. That's like not. That's not too awful. I mean, that's literally like 2 or 3 months of like most subscription services that people use. So it's like, I mean, dude, it's not that bad.
Pick it up now.
And also,
While
it's
Panels
free.
seems like a good step forwards for the MKBHD brand, fans hated the idea of paying $50 a year for smartphone wallpapers, no matter how good the art was.
Okay, wait, but he just said it's free, so I'm confused.
With comments reading, "No one's paying $50 a year for a regular wallpaper app, lil bro. MKBHD graduated from the Apple School of Pricing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
MKBHD,
that's...
Never buy something for the promise of something it will do later. Also MKBHD.
Oh my god, he's right though. Oh my god. Actually, this is a guy who's smart. Okay. You're right, because he's saying, oh, I'm gonna promise features. Like he's saying, oh, there's gonna be more features, so you should buy it now. Like, why would those features not be there now, and then you'd have a product that's worth buying? Yeah, I don't know.
My app will have a lot of better things to come, so go get it now.
And what could
Overall,
possibly
it
be
seems
better
like
in a
the
wallpaper
controversy
app?
around Panels was born out of both its incomplete state and high price tag. This gave fans the impression that Marques wasn't putting any real effort into the app and was releasing it solely for profit. Fortunately, Marques recognized his mistake and attempted to set the record straight with a video titled "Let's Talk About Panels."
I made a lot of mistakes along the way, including the fact that I didn't really explain anything. I didn't explain the UI, what was in it, the point of the app, and most importantly, why it had a freaking $50 price tier. And so appropriately, the entire internet was very disappointed, and that's 100% on me.
After reiterating his reasoning behind creating Panels, Marques would recognize and address the issues with the app's initial pricing model, privacy concerns, and design. Even though Marques promised better updates to the app's design, wallpaper offering, and functionality, he wanted people to download Panels for what it is today.
Thing I keep saying, which is never buy a product based on the promise of future software updates. Buy it for what it is today. And I'm never going to stop preaching that. That is still extremely true. But
Okay.
the irony is not lost on me that I've also made a lot of references and promises about the future of this app in this video. So I'll still say, if you want to grab a wallpaper or download this app and check it out, get it for what it is today.
Thankfully, viewers were equally as optimistic about Panels and felt that Marques had
Well,
adequately
my question is, what could you really add on to a wallpaper app? I don't know what exactly was missing, because he says incomplete. First off, how do you release a wallpaper app with it incomplete? Like, it's simple. You just add wallpapers. What could possibly be incomplete about it? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, obviously, I don't have the full context, so it just doesn't make sense to me.
address the issues with his product, with comments reading, "Masterclass in handling criticism and an apology. Messed up? Check. Accepted his mistake? Check. Apologized without excuses? Check. Reduced 85% of the costs? Check. Made it better? Check. I don't think he deserves any more hate after this. And he messed up and he realized it. You have to respect."
Okay, so basically, from oh wow, that's crazy, bro. He's using... that's all code. Okay, whatever.
him. While Marques' apology over Panels would go down as one of the best in influencer history, it'd soon be forced to make another one following some extremely reckless activities on
Is this gonna be the driving? Because now I'm interested to see that. Because that's where, with the driving, that's where I heard about, like, yeah, this guy's evil. Because up to this point so far, I honestly don't have a reason to be like, oh yeah, he's evil, bro. Like, I know about the driving, but I don't know much context about it, so...
on
Let's see.
camera. On the 12th of November 2024, Marques uploaded a video titled "How My Video Gear Is Changing," in which he was promoting an action camera that was sponsoring his channel. While the video was controversial for being an entirely sponsored video for another GoPro type company, being packaged as a genuine video about his gear changing, that wouldn't be what made this video so infamous. Around 7 minutes in, Marques would showcase a clip of him accelerating a Lamborghini to over 96 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. Although Marques would have...
Oh, I didn't even look at the... Is this... Bro, why? Why would you speed up it when there's a car in front of you? Yeah, whatever.
Although Marques would eventually cut out that clip due to criticism, the damage was already done, as the video would receive over 120,000 dislikes and a furious comment section, reading, "Editing out the crime does not make it disappear."
Yeah, I'm
The
not gonna
second
lie, dude. It's never a good idea to just edit out that, like... I'm gonna be honest. Yes, going 3 times the speed limit, like I said in the beginning, is bad, but, like... I don't know if that's, like... I don't know if that's really deserves everyone to hate on him. I guess it's good to, like, to check him, like, hey, make sure you're not speeding, but, like... Also, when him editing it out, though, is actually just weird. I never understood why people edit out things that, like, was wrong. It's like, dude, just keep it in the video. Who cares, bro? Like, the reality is like, editing it out makes you appear a lot more guilty than you might want to look like.
time being flamed by the comments in 1 year, damn, it's getting serious. As well as 96 miles per hour in a school zone.
Oh,
Dude,
it's a school zone. See, I didn't know that. Oh my god. Did we know that's a school zone? Yeah, it's over, bro. It's over. I mean, it didn't even look like a school zone because there's just forest on both sides, but whatever. It's like, dude, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's a reason why school zones are slow because, bro, there's kids. I mean, it's not guaranteed there's gonna be kids, but most hours of the day on weekdays, bro, yeah, there's gonna be kids at some point.
What the hell? To quell the backlash, Marques would release an apology on Twitter that read, "There was a clip with the action cam of me test driving a car and going way too fast. Absolutely inexcusable and dangerous. I
don't like that. Absolutely unexcusable. It's like, if it's unexcusable, then why did you do it? It's because you don't actually care. You don't. I don't know. But my thing is you have to realize though, if you're quote unquote test driving a car, you'd have to realize that I guarantee most people would go like do that, but they'd probably do it on an empty road. That's the thing. There was someone in front of him. That's why I was stupid. Why would you go from, like, he was going like 30 till 90, and when there was someone clearly in front of him? That's where it's stupid. Because, like, if it was empty roads, you know, it doesn't really matter that deeply, I guess, as much. Because most people would want, if they got, like, a sports car, they would want to, you know, rev the engine and go super fast on an empty road. But, I mean, there was people there anyways, and you're in a school zone. It's not great.
since cut it out of the video with YouTube's editor tool. I understand that this looks like covering it up, but I think it's the right thing to do. There's no reason to leave that clip in, and I would never want to make it seem okay by leaving it in the video. I'm well aware of the Streisand effect, and I know everything on the internet lives forever, but I think that's the best decision right
Streisand
now. All I can
effect?
do,
I
apologize,
don't even know what
and
that is.
promise never to do anything close to that stupid again. That's a terrible example to set, and I'm sorry for it. As you might imagine, the response to Marques' apology was heavily polarized. On one hand, people accepted his apology since he didn't hurt anyone, and the clip was removed. On the other hand, users flamed him for even filming.
Alright, dude, your car should be impounded and your license should be suspended is ridiculous. We're acting like people don't go way, like, people don't do this all the time. People do this all the time. Not to this extreme, like 3 times is crazy. But people, yeah, it's average, especially in the United States, to see people going 2 times the speed limit constantly. Like, even in school zones. So, I mean, are we really gonna be saying, oh, you should get impounded? Like, then everyone, like, half the people who drive should be impounded. It's an exaggeration of numbers, but seriously. I don't know, I think that's extreme.
The act of reckless driving. While both sides had their merits, the truth is that Marques holds himself to a very high standard of credibility,
Why are
which
we
makes
censoring
things
it?
especially heated whenever he makes a misstep. In the week after the incident, experts like Legal Eagle would weigh in on the situation and analyze its severity.
Now, MKBHD films most of his videos in New Jersey, so let's assume that New Jersey traffic laws apply. First up would be the speeding violation. It looks as if he's driving in a suburban area. Under New Jersey law, it is, quote, prima facie lawful for a driver to drive 35 miles per hour in any suburban business or residential district.
What does this say should be prima facie? What is that? Words? What?
That means it's illegal to go above 35 miles an hour in those zones, though, and if he was in a school zone, or children were clearly visible in the roadway, or when children are going to or leaving school, the limit is 25 miles per hour. This chart shows how it works. So if a person was driving 30 miles or more over the speed limit, it's a 5-point speeding violation and 5 points on a license.
Sadly, this wasn't Marques'
points?
first traffic
I didn't even know that
offense,
was a
as
thing.
he'd been pulled over several times before.
He will learn from it, hopefully in the sense that he won't film his crimes, but also in the sense that he won't do them in the future. But we live in a car-centric world, so it's easy to fetishize those cars and forget that there are real people who can be hurt by a 3-ton box of steel hurtling down the road at 100 miles per hour. And MKBHD might want to consider shifting his mindset to a more
Do people
human
actually call him MKBHD? That's no way. That's ridiculous.
centered world.
While Marques hadn't faced legal penalties for his most recent traffic violation, it was still a very real possibility.
Now, the biggest question that people had, apart from why would you drive 60 miles an hour above the speed limit, is can MKBHD get in trouble from the video that he posted? Especially now that he has deleted the video clip in question. Now, I can't believe I have to say this, but don't put videos of your crime on social media because yes, the police might find them and use the videos to prove that you committed those crimes.
Although there weren't any legal consequences, there were undoubtedly social ones, as fans constantly reminded Marques of his mistakes in every subsequent upload, with comments reading, "Can you generate a video of you not driving over the speed limit? Or is that impossible even for AI? Can't wait for the AI generated video of MKBHD addressing his reckless driving," as well as, "Bro needs to drop a video on radar detectors, going 59 in a 25 is crazy." Eventually, Marques would address all of his controversies in a video recapping his creative and personal journey in 2024.
Viewed the Fisker Ocean on the autofocus channel as the worst car I've ever tested, which then proceeded to blow up. I was far from the first person to say negative things about this car, but for a number of different reasons, this one hit a little different, and I mean, I was accused of...
Why does it feel like I'm getting lower and lower quality every single time? Like the video goes on, it gets lower and lower
sabotaging the
quality.
company's stock
Whatever.
price on purpose, killing the company as a whole, none of which are really true. I also don't care about the stock prices of these companies, but we learned some lessons about negative reviews and bad products and the relationship that they have.
Regarding his coverage of other products, like the Humane AI pin, Marques would reflect on the massive impact of negative reviews on a product, and the equally critical response it could elicit from fans.
I reviewed the Humane pin and the Rabbit R1, two standalone AI products that just clearly came up way short of their promises, and still do to an extent, but this reignited the conversation about negative product reviews. No pun intended about ignited, but it felt like everyone on the internet had something to say about it this time. People weighing in on the side of consumers, also on the side of product makers. I still stand by everything I said in those reviews, but what I mostly learned was the power that these reviews actually have.
When it came to his own products being harshly reviewed, Marques acknowledged his shortcomings and recognized the irony of now being on the other side of criticism.
And then we launched Panels, our wallpaper app, to the world. This was something we'd worked on as a team in the background for the better part of a year, sourcing from artists, developing, designing everything, and then launching it with the review of the new iPhone. Unfortunately, that was a total misjudgment on my part. I spent way too much time, way more time on the product review than actually explaining the app itself, which it needed its own explanation, so people didn't really...
The whole wallpaper thing makes no sense, because how does a wallpaper app need explanation? If you made it so that you need an explanation for it, it's automatically bad. Because a wallpaper app is super simple. It should just be like, you open it, a user interface should be very self-explanatory, like, hey, this is where I find this category of wallpapers. There should be no, explanation at all. So, to me, that's weird. I don't get it.
Really understand. I didn't really properly explain the features or what it did, why it existed, or why it even had a premium price tier.
This openness to criticism carried over to his other mistakes, such as the recent speeding incident.
Then directly after, I released a DJI action cam video, a video about using these action cams. It was sponsored, but I wanted to use this opportunity to address the bigger issue from that whole experience, which was the driving clip, even though it's no longer in that video. So there was a clip in that video, since removed, of POV driving a Lamborghini and accelerating to over 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's just stupid and dangerous, not just for the actual act, which was stupid and dangerous, but also for the potential precedent that it could set, because like we've said.
In addition, Marques
Okay.
gave some extra context to the situation.
So earlier in November, another YouTuber who will remain nameless invited me out to test drive a car. And I said, okay, yeah, sounds fun. We went out, and the way these work is that the salesperson sort of takes you out on a pre-designated test drive route. It was outside New Jersey. I didn't know the space very well, so I just followed their lead. They sort of show you where to go, and we went out and then came back. So I had the action cam with
Dude,
me.
I just realized. Imagine buying like test driving like a very expensive sports car, like going from like driving a normal car to a sports car, and the guy is with you. I don't know if that's how that works. I don't know if the guy gets in there because I've never actually test drove a car, but imagine like handing the keys to just like a customer, a potential customer, to a sports car. Do they even do that? I don't know. That sounds very, very, really bad. Like, oh, it's my first time in Lamborghini. Like, ooh, I don't know.
Me, as I had for the past couple weeks, as I'd shot clips here and there around just on how it could be used to shoot anything anywhere. So on the way back, I was like, oh, okay, I'll shoot a clip of a few seconds of driving because this could be used to shoot driving shots.
He also noted how he set a bad example for his viewers and other creators who looked up to him.
I learned several valuable lessons here. Making mistakes and genuinely learning from them and changing. I think that's a super important thing to just have as a human. And then also as the responsibility that I have as a very visible creator, and that people look up to what I do and what we make as a team. So clearly everything deserves an extra layer of diligence.
At the end of the video, Marques recognized the privilege and responsibility that came with running such a large channel.
So 2024 was a crazy year, and I learned a lot of lessons, and I think what's maybe the most interesting is the one main lesson kind of came from both Ultimate Frisbee and
Wait, what?
this stuff here on YouTube, which is, and I had a coach say this and I never forget it, that pressure is a privilege. You don't necessarily get to
wait. First off, what was that? Why is there just random like
Frisbee
effects over
and
the screen that
this
just
stuff
go
here
away
on
randomly?
YouTube, which is, and I had a coach say this and I never forget it, that pressure is a privilege. You don't
What was that? Or whatever, it doesn't matter.
necessarily get to make something and create something new and send it out to the internet and have anybody care about it. So the fact that we get to do that here is a privilege, and I don't want to
What
forget
the hell
that.
were you looking at? Why did you leave that in the video?
Throughout
Whatever.
his controversies in 2024, Marques expresses two key traits that every creator could learn from: an ability to accept criticism and the willingness to fix their mistakes. Marques' situation is evidence that being a creator will always come with some level of criticism, and it's the ability to bounce.
So, this video is kind of pointless, not gonna lie. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really feel like his audience. I mean, first off, when we saw his views, well, we can look at his views in a bit. My thing is really just like, I don't really see anything that was so awful that he deserves, like, his career's over. That's just me. Like, I don't know. I thought I'd come out and just be like, oh, I hate this person. Or, oh, he did something horrible. I came out this gone. People are really stupid. Let's see what the comments did. When did we, as society, become okay with incomplete products as long as they promise to finish them later? Exactly, bro. And that's what pisses me off the most. Is that so many people are just so okay with that they don't realize that that is just horrible. Horrible. Critic gets criticized, critic themselves. Universe explodes. That's okay. A company going out of business because they made a bad product is a great thing. A huge reviewer has responsibility to twist that knife as deep as possible so customers don't get scammed. So basically, the people actually agree, which is good. And I was like, oh man, what if these people are like all stupid? All right, whatever. Let me quickly let me go on YouTube quickly and pull up what's this guy called? Marques Brownlee, I think it's called. Yeah. Alright. So, videos? 3.2 mil, 5.5 mil, 2.5, yeah, so, if I remember correctly, the whole driving incident happened, okay, yeah, so, let's see. I don't know when the driving incident happened. I mean, the reality is, he literally got 5.5 million views, literally after all the incidents. So to me, it's like the best way to see if an audience still messes with you at all and actually cares about the problems you have is, do the views drop off by more than 90% or 80%? They clearly don't. I mean, he's consistently raking in like 3 million to like 8 million views. Yeah, he gave a commencement speech. Honestly, this guy seems pretty nice. I just don't want to get recommended, so I'm gonna click off this before I get recommended his channel because I don't really like watching tech reviewers. I think they're boring, and I'm not like buying tech enough to care. So there you go.